Hey there, Pisces. Hi, friend. How you doing? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. Let's check in for your energies. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising will be the most dominant. And let's see what's going on. I don't know about you and how the energy's been feeling. We've just moved past the full moon energy in Taurus. We've got quite a few things going on astrologically. So you may be feeling like things are opening up. I feel like there's a bit of a golden hour going on right now, Pisces. You might feel like you've got a bit of a Midas touch going on. You might also feel like just random events are happening or the manifestations are opening up and connecting in. The energy feels nice, but it's not like straight through road either. So yeah, I'd be interested to see how you're feeling. But let's connect into the current energies, what's going on, what you need to know, and how we can best support your journey. Just to let you know, if you are new here, I don't read reversals. I just connect into the energy. The energy is really good to let me know what is going on and coming on through. So currently we're showing up as a 9 of Pentacles. Let's see what's crossing this energy. We do have the 6 of Swords. Okay. And this one wanted to come out with a 3 of Swords. Okay, I like that. I'm going to keep those 3 together. But let's see what else is going on in terms of influencing this energy right now. And then we'll dive in. So we've got the 2 of Wands. Let's have a look at the past and how it may be impacting you. Got a couple of cards coming through. Ace of Swords and 8 of Cups. Oh, I'm really liking this energy. Okay. Let's check out the headspace and what's going on there. 5 of Swords. Okay. Let me just get this in. All right. Let's see what's coming up next for you in the near future here, Pisces, regarding this situation. We've got the Knight of Swords. Your power in this situation. We've got the 3 Cups. I like that. Let's have a look at what's going on around you right now. Page of Cups. Fun. Hopes and fears. We do have the 7 of Swords. And then the potential outcome. We've got the Devil. Okay. Pisces. So in terms of the current energy, we do have the 9 of Pentacles. So that's, a position of strength. I do feel that's a position of self-growth, self-expansion, or something that is particularly on your mind and where you're at. It does seem to be around a lot of stability, but something about you taking control, doing this solo, growing, defining, or perhaps even redefining right now, where you're at in your life. So I feel a lot of you could be making some significant leaps and bounds in terms of your life or your lifestyle or even your career here. But again, because it is Pentacles, it's a lot around, I feel, the groundedness, but the groundedness of self. So that, as I said, that can come in a few different ways. What, again, I just really love about this, even though this may be a challenging energy and what could be coming through at moments throughout this month, whatever this is about, that why you're here is because you've moved through or definitely surpassing something that you've moved away from that had hurt you at some point. So I feel this is a bit of a rebuild energy for you, or finally that breath, and that recognition of self where you've really come into your own in a way that has been, I feel, a long time coming, or that's what you're really working towards. You can feel the different energy, you perhaps can feel the different flow of what's going on around you, or you're starting to see things just open up and opportunities present themselves. And it's, as I said, I feel this has been a bit of a long time coming for a lot of you in terms of the energy. Like you've moved away and coming to a place of peace in terms of a situation that had challenged you, had hurt you, on different fronts. In terms of the influence, some of you could be moving, some of you could be making plans and stepping towards something new in your life. There's something new in your future or coming in that is allowing you to make change, is allowing you to explore in a different way, or making plans on something you've been working towards, goals that you've had. I feel I just feel like everything's slotting into place. That's what this feels like, Pisces. So if there is something you're working towards, something that's on your mind that you've been wanting to do, I feel like you're going to start seeing this come to life, but you're going to have it in the 3D. It's like whatever you've been thinking, whatever you've been hoping, whatever you've been desiring, and stayed in that energy towards that, even through the trials and tribulations, even through, things that you've been healing from, you're coming out the other side so much stronger and getting you to the place where you're meant to be, even though the diversion or the direction hasn't perhaps been the way that you wanted. I feel like you're finding it again in a way that truly identifies and allows you to remember who you are when you're in a place of stableness, success, and there's this gratification I feel through this. I just feel like there's remembering who you are is coming through very strongly. And it's not that you haven't been who you are. It's, again, I feel like you're coming out on top after a bit of a drudge, and you've been coming up slowly up this hill, and it's finally this sense of freedom. And that's what, again, you're really clear on what you had to leave. You're really clear on this new beginning. You're really clear on what makes you happy and what doesn't, what's missing and what's necessary. And I feel like just all these realizations. The interesting part, and it's just taking me back here again. The interesting part is this just feels like it's been a bit of a long journey. And it's not like you haven't had fun, haven't had good times, haven't had successes along the way. I think you've had different wins, but it's been maybe felt like a lot of resistance. And I feel this resistance is letting go. There's another level of self that you've come to. I think you've come a long way wherever you've been, whatever you've been doing, whatever you've been working towards, okay? And I do feel there's been a significant, and I'm going to say a bit of a battle, whether it's been an internal battle or dealing with someone, some area specific in your life. I feel like there's been this constant push of trying to get through. Again, I still think you've been making progress along the way. This feels like a bit of a 18-month or 12, 24-month, or maybe even a bit longer for some of you, of really trying to push through something here and get to this next stage and next phase of your life. And I feel like it's really like you're grabbing hold of it. You're starting to see the changes in a way that makes you feel, I can do this on my own. I have been doing it on my own. And it doesn't mean that you're not partnered. It doesn't mean any of those things. I just think there's something that you're realizing about yourself on what is possible, and that something to be proud of. And I hope that makes sense for you, because it's a real strong message coming through for many of you here. In terms of your headspace, you do have the Five of Swords, and I do find this interesting because this is, some form of mental conflict that's coming up. I don't know in the mix if there's other things and situations that are surprising you, but I feel like there could be a challenging thought or a challenging. This feels a bit left field to perhaps what these things are that you're dealing with right now, as in terms of the growth. I feel like there's something else that could just randomly come in and challenge something here. Challenge your thinking, or someone is presenting a challenging conversation, and you could be maybe even somewhat a little like, I don't understand where this is coming from. What I do find interesting, though, in this headspace, you do have the Three of Swords. Like, while this is the Five of Swords energy, she's holding the Three of Swords, okay? And then there's two other energies walking away. So there could be, for some of you, a group of people that someone may not be satisfied or happy or about the decisions or the choices that you make, or maybe you're not satisfied with the way that someone's showing up in a situation. This could be anyone, a friend, colleagues, maybe someone in your family. I just feel like whoever this is, you're standing in your power in a way of going, you know what? I know where I've been and I know what I've been through, and I'm okay in who I am. That's what this feels like. You're really okay in who you are. And I think, again, you're getting really clear on where you're not satisfied in your life, on where you do want to be, on what makes you happy. And I think the clearer that you are around that, there's just this strength in you that no matter who comes your way or whatever presents, a challenge or a conflict, you just know how to handle it. And I feel it's kind of like water off a duck's back is the energy it's coming through as. With this Knight of Swords, as I said, I feel like someone's coming through and is going to share some shizzle kind of thing, or perhaps you could just be like handling something like, this is where I'm at, this is how I'm feeling, and I'm really clear on where I'm at as a person. And however you're delivering it, there's this confidence in the deliverance of it. That's how this feels, or whoever comes your way and you need to have a conversation with. But this feels very strong, firm, like decisive, this thing that's going on here. So I like the energy that you're holding for yourself or this situation. Again, your power in this situation. There's something here that I feel you've got crossed the line in terms of your own, again, happiness, something that you get to celebrate, something you get to connect with people on. Someone could be feeling a little left behind. That's going to be a very small group of people. It's not coming through very strongly, but for somebody here, that seemed to be a message. But I do sense here that you're succeeding at something, or you're really happy where you're getting at, and maybe you choose to connect with people, or it's been on your mind, or you get invited to something. There's something here that's going to allow you to come together with people in a really good way, or a really good energy that you get to, just have fun and enjoy. And further to this, with the energy around you, what's kind of happening around you, you've got the Page of Cups. So again, this fun, I'm going to say flirty energy for some of you, which is kind of cute. I'm taking it more so like there's just this carefree energy about you, or, where you're going, what you're doing. I like how you've got, the fish in, I was going to say a fish in a pond, or a fish called Wanda. I don't know why that's coming up. How funny. But yeah, there's something here about this dreamy part, I feel, of life. I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Yeah, there's this dreamy element about it that I feel. So I feel this is an explorative time right now. I feel there's a lot of different opportunities that are presenting itself that you get to just be a part of and explore and get to choose what you want to do. But you're going to feel the fun and free energy that comes with this. So I like the momentum that's building. What's interesting, however, is where this is all going, because you do have the Seven of Swords in your hopes and fears. So I don't know if there's something here that, again, you're worried about, maybe someone's approach, or maybe something's going to be revealed. And then, in terms of the outcome, you do have the Devil energy. So this energy feels like you feel a little stuck to someone or something, or you're looking at a way, or it's very much on your mind, a way to figure something out. But again, it feels, sometimes when you make really great progress, and that progress, you've hit a major milestone, okay? You've hit a major milestone, and I feel like it's a milestone where you feel accomplished, you feel successful, you feel happy about, but you still know there might be some more things to come. It's major milestone, but there's still more milestones to come is what it's just coming through again. So sorry if that was a bit repeat there. I'm just sensing, though, you've got a lot of work to do between now and then, and whatever that work is to do, it just may be taking a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. If some of you are moving, for example, you've got a lot of planning to do, got a lot of things you got to put into motion, a lot of things you got to put into play. There's something that's coming up here. It's like someone doesn't want to get caught. And I'm not sure what that energy is about. I just keep getting, you don't want to get caught. It just like, I don't know if that's something about you that you don't want to share, or something about not getting caught. I don't know what that is. I can unpack it in the extended, but yeah, there's just something taking over here. But I feel someone, and again, there's a few different messages coming through, so I need to, take what resonates, because there's a few different things here. There's something about not getting caught. Again, I don't know what that is. That energy's kind of surpassed, but as I said, I'll get more into the extended. There also feels this energy of feeling obligated to something or to someone. So I don't know if someone has something on you, Pisces, or you have something on someone, but there's this bit of energy here about it just feels a little bit like entrapment, and I don't know who that applies to. And someone could be using it as leverage. But then there's also this energy of something you've got to put a lot of time, effort into, and there's some planning that's got to go into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the extended. If you're joining us there is the link below. And for those of us in the collective, I'll see you over there. Yeah, stay well, Pisces. If you haven't liked or subscribed already and want to stay connected to the channel, please do. I have been on a little intense adventure myself, and hopefully things are lightening up a little bit, that I can, be here more and connect with you, because as always, I appreciate you guys being here and being able to support your journey. I'll catch you later, friend. Bye.